All right, guys, you may be looking at the start of another whipped video here. This is a Lockton Padlock from Umar down in Australia. And the reason I say whip, first of all, Australia is known to have some really nasty locks. And I've attempted several of them. And I used to have a lock that looked identical to this. I mean, the keyway, what appears to be a removable core, everything was the same, except instead of Lockton, it said rifle. So there may be one company that's just making them for different brands. I really don't know. Anyway, we got what appears to be a cross between a turkey, a dragon, and an eagle. I don't know if that's a real animal down in Australia, but if it is, it's probably just as evil as these locks. I do have a key. Umar was kind enough to send it, and I'm going to keep this close because if this is anything like the rifle, which actually lived in my naughty bucket for a very, very long time before, through sheer persistence, I managed to luck into an opening and evict him. I never did make a video out of that, unfortunately. All right. I'm going to use top of the keyway. I don't think that one will. No, that's no way. No way it'll fit. So let's just try to hold it in my hand. All right, top of the keyway, and it still leaves me plenty of room there. And I will try to squeeze in, at least initially, this guy. It's a medium hook from UK Bump Keys. And I'm going to just go ahead and start at the back, and I can feel it possibly oversetting pins already. But let's try it. Tell you what, let's not waste time. Let's start in the front. All right, I'm going to apply light to moderate tension. And this feels like the rifle too, I got to tell you. Nothing's binding. All right, so I'm going to apply a little heavier tension. And now everything binds. That's the way the rifle worked. Really high tolerances in that lock. All right, here we go. Pin 4. Got a nice click. Pin 3. In the very back, I can't tell if that's getting caught up in the keyway or if that's actually a binder. I'm going to leave them alone, keep moving around. Okay, that was pin 2 again. Pin 1 is definitely set. And I felt, oh, yes, I will take it. Yeah, it took me a year to get the rifle to this point. I don't know what to tell you guys. I did feel every pin in there when it was picked. I felt a definite set, so maybe the rifle was an anomaly, or maybe this one's an anomaly. I really don't know. Let's find out. It is guttable, so if you want to see the gutting, stick around. If not, find some porn. Okay. I want to make sure I don't screw this up. I'm looking for inset pins or anything like that. So it's a 6-pinner, not a 7. So right away I've got a little bit of an advantage over the rifle. Let's go ahead and lock it up. I do have the key inside of here. Oh, actually 2 keys inside of here. Not bad. Got a good high-low, high-low. Make sure it works. If not, I got to pick it again. It does work perfectly. Cool. Just checking to make sure, see how far this, see if it's made for a 7-pinner. It is not. All right, it is not made for 7. It was not a 7-pinner. It's a 6-pin key and lock. All right, let's get that off of there and take a look. Let me pay attention here. Sometimes these Australian locks, there's only one way they go on. They will go back together either way on the actuator. So my actuator is going to be at the, say, 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock position. Pinning tray. Looks like they got some Loctite on here. All right. let's get on with the gutting disaster. It doesn't really look like factory pinning. I don't see anything unusual, and I didn't feel anything unusual. I get the impression these are all standard pins, as was the rifle. It was depending 100% on its security on close tolerances. And I don't get that impression from the feel of this lock. Nothing on the inside of that core. Take a look upstairs. Find some tweezers, and let's see what we got. Standard. 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 Okay, so we're all standards and they're all identical. Standard, and the last one, I'll bet you it's standard. There we go. All right, all standards, all the springs appear to be the same height as well. Nothing special about that. All right, I'll tell you what. Umar said I can give this lock away, and I will do that. However, and this is a big however, it will not have these pins. I'm going to put some alien tech in there to make this more like the rifle than it wants to be. Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal. Umar, thank you for the Lockton Padlock. Thanks, guys. All right, couple of improvements here. All the springs stayed the same. All the key pins stayed the same. The only thing that I changed in this lock would be the driver pins. Now, I've actually got 3 spools in here, but they're all very, very different. We've got this very deep, very short spool here. There's a barrel pin or barrel spool right here. And then there's a standard spool here, which is actually fairly shallow. So those 3 spools are all going to give different feedbacks. A couple other pins give different feedbacks. These 2 asses here, they act more like serrated pins. Very, very sharp edges. They're steel pins, so they will definitely grab into the lock body. And then the last one that's going to give some freaky feedback is a pin I came across recently when I took an old lock apart, an old Abus. I call this my jingle pin. I've had these in the past. It's actually a spool, and then in the center there are these 2 little rings that actually move. So you'd never really know what that pin is. It acts a lot like a serrated, but if it spreads in the middle, it can also act a little bit like a spool. So totally freaky. This Lockton is now more like a rifle lock than it ever intended to be. If you'd like to take a crack at this, leave a comment, and my webmaster will pick a random commenter, and I'll get this thing out to you. Thanks, guys.